Hello everybody and welcome to the IT Cert Doctor. Today we are going to start with a prerequisite for preparing for the Linux Plus, the CompTIA Linux Plus, particularly the XK0-005. Today we're going to get started with how to set up a virtual machine. The vast majority of you are probably Windows users, maybe a small pool of you who are already Linux users just looking to get a certification to validate your skill set. For those of you who are using Windows clients, however, we're going to go through the process of downloading VirtualBox and setting up an Ubuntu virtual machine. So first we're going to download the VirtualBox software. VirtualBox is created by Oracle. It is free. I don't even think there's a paid version. I think it's just free all around. So you can go to virtualbox.org. Go to the downloads, and then here there's the Windows hosts option. Now I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to demonstrate again here, but you simply click this link here, and it will start the download process. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to download an ISO. Now if you don't know, an ISO file is a file that allows you to install operating systems. You use ISOs to install Windows 10, you can use ISOs for Ubuntu, for Red Hat Linux. ISOs are the typical way to download files, to download operating systems. So here we can go to ubuntu.com, download desktop, download Ubuntu desktop. Now, again, I have already pre-downloaded this file. The file is a little bit larger than the VirtualBox, a couple of gigabytes in size, so I've gone ahead and pre-downloaded it for the sake of recording this video. So now what we're going to do is we're going to execute. So first I'm going to run my VirtualBox. And click yes on the admin prompt there. Okay, so we're going to click next. Click next. Warning, your network interfaces are going to temporarily be down. Click yes, and install. And click finish. Alright, and that's it for installing VirtualBox. Now we're going to run a virtual machine using Ubuntu, particularly Ubuntu 22.04, which is the latest stable version, I believe. You can pick whatever version you want. It probably doesn't matter, to a point, of course. So I'm going to click on New, and we'll call it the IT Cert Doctor VM. The folder, this is where you're going to save it. We'll just keep the default here. Here we're going to select the ISO. There's our Ubuntu ISO that I pre-downloaded. We're going to skip the unattended installation. I'm not 100% sure on what this feature is for, but we're going to go ahead and skip it. And here you're going to allocate the resources. I don't know what the capacity of your computer is. I would give it at least 2 cores, maybe 4 if you can spare. If you don't know what the cores are on your device, you can go to your task manager. Go to your performance. And here, if you look at the CPU spot, you can see sockets, which is the physical CPU, and then you have your cores, 12, and then your logical processors, which is 20. The number that VirtualBox is going off of is the 20 count here, I'm almost sure. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 4. And then the base memory, again, depending on how much memory your system has, you can go back to Task Manager, Performance, Memory. So depending on how much memory you have free, I have 7 in use, and I don't want to use too much of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it 4 gigabytes of memory. Click on Next. And then we need to allocate the disk size. It's easiest if you allocate how much you want at the beginning. Now for the Linux Plus preparation, you really don't need that much space used. Now, if you don't know how much space you have, you can click on the File Explorer, go to this PC, and you can see right here how much space you have allocated. I'm going to go ahead and give it 100 gigabytes, which is, again, probably overkill, but you do whatever's comfortable for you. Even if you only have 20, that's probably enough for the Linux Plus preparation. And this is just a review page telling you everything you've chosen. Are you sure you want to go with this? Yes. Click Finish. Then we're going to power it on. Double click there. Alright, so it's booting to the ISO. And this is a prompt from VirtualBox. It's just telling us what our host key is, which by default is the right control key. That's for various control of VirtualBox. We're not going to use that, so we'll just go ahead and click skip. We're going to hit enter. Let's go ahead and change the view here. We'll scale the view. Again, this prompt is saying you can scale it by doing the host key, which again is the right control key by default, plus C. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to close this up here. So there's two options here. The first one is you can try Ubuntu. The second one is install Ubuntu. Now, we're going to go ahead and install it. You can try Ubuntu, which means that it's not going to save anything, so any files you make, anything you download are not going to be persistent on reboot or shut down and reboot. We're going to go ahead and install the whole thing. Okay, it's prompting us. We're going to continue. Go ahead and hide my taskbar here. Okay, you can do a minimal installation. I go with the normal installation for no particular reason. Download updates while installing Ubuntu, just to save time. Install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. Sure. Click continue. And here it's just prompting you saying, warning, anything that you install Ubuntu on is going to be erased. So that 100 gigabytes that we allocated earlier, the 100 gigabytes that I did, again, depending on how much space you have, whatever space you have, that is the space that's going to be erased for this Ubuntu installation. Click install. It says these are the changes that are going to be made. We're not going to worry too much about what's being displayed here. Click continue. Pick your time zone. Okay, and I am the IT Cert Doctor. It's the computer name. I'll just keep the default, the username, and put in my super secret password. Click continue. And the installation begins. The installation takes a little while. So we'll let this. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we have. Okay, we're back, and the installation has completed. We're going to go ahead and click on Restart Now. And it says remove the installation media. Now, when they say installation media, they mean a CD or a USB. However, this is a virtual machine. And so when we selected the Ubuntu ISO at the beginning of our process here, it is thinking, the virtual machine is thinking that that ISO is a USB or a CD. It is not. So we're just going to go ahead and click enter. And VirtualBox is just going to take care of that for us. And there we have it. Let me log in with my super secret password. We'll go ahead and skip through all these. Next, next, next. Done. And there you have it. That is a fully functional virtual machine. Now, one of my favorite features of virtual machines in general, and VirtualBox in particular, is the ability to take snapshots. So what a snapshot is it is a point in time where the virtual machine saves how it is, saves what we call the state, the virtual machine state. So let's say you're about to do something crazy on your virtual machine, and you're not sure whether or not it's going to turn out well for the virtual machine. What you can do is you can shut off. And then I can click on the icons here, the little dots, snapshots, and we can take a snapshot. And then we'll call this before the boom, in case you think you're going to blow up your virtual machine. And that's it. And so at any point, if you need to revert back to that, let's say you've made changes so dramatic, so bad to the virtual machine that they destroy any usefulness of it, well, no problem. You just go here and click Restore. And it says, this is just prompting you. You can make a snapshot of the current state machine. We don't care. And click Restore. And that's it. And so when we boot it back up, it would be in that particular state. And so that is the end of this recording. Hopefully that was helpful, not too painful for anybody in particular. Feel free to leave a comment. You can reach out to me on various pieces of media, LinkedIn, Reddit, various other places. I'll be happy to answer any questions, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.